Hi everyone, welcome to this virtual yoga class with me, Hannah Pocket. Today we'll start our practice seated, so make yourself comfortable. If you find it challenging to sit with a straight back on the floor, I recommend finding yourself a towel that you can roll up to make a little bolster for yourself. Place that towel just under your seat so the sit bones are on the front edge of the towel, and you'll hopefully find that tilts your pelvis forward and allows you to straighten up the spine. So once you're sitting comfortably, I invite you to close down the eyes and giving yourself these first few moments to arrive in your space. And dropping your awareness down into the physical sensations of your body. As always, this practice is your own, so feel free to modify and adapt as much as you need. We'll start our practice today with some deep belly breaths. So if you've practiced this breathing technique before, feel free to keep your eyes closed to keep that focus inwards. Otherwise, you can blink open your eyes now and I'll demonstrate. So you might like to start by taking your hands to your belly, just to help feel where you're sending the breath in the body. And then as we take a deep breath in through the nose, draw the breath all the way down into the base of the belly. Let the belly soften and expand like a balloon. As you exhale, slight engagement as you draw the belly button back in towards the spine. So every inhale through the nose, breathing right down into the base of the belly. Feel it expand out into your hands. Slight engagement on the exhale as you slowly draw the belly back in towards the spine. You can continue taking these deep belly breaths, going at your own pace. You might like to see if you can make every inhale just a little bit deeper than the last. And every exhale just a little bit longer than the last. So that we're gradually deepening and slowing the breath. And on your next breath in, lift your chin all the way up to the ceiling. Slow exhale, taking the chin back down to the chest. Pausing here, lace the fingers and place the hands on the back of the head. Every inhale fills the belly, let it soften and expand. Every exhale softens the neck and the shoulders. Taking a deep breath into the belly, lift the chin and the chest, elbows open wide. Exhale, rounding down, chin to chest, belly draws in. Inhale, opening up, lift the chest. Exhale, rounding down, elbows draw in towards the belly. One more breath in to open. And breath out to round down. Releasing the arms, stretch them out in front of you at shoulder height, palms face away from one another. As you breathe in, sweep the arms back like breaststroke, lift and open the chest. Flipping the hands to face the front, exhale as you sweep forward, round down, chin to chest, stretch through the fingers. Inhale, open, sweep back. Exhale, close, round down. One more inhale. And exhale. Lengthening the spine, bend the elbows so the palms face behind you. Then push the backs of the hands and the elbows up and away from the body so you can feel a stretch across the upper back. Keep this tension in the arms as we inhale, drawing the arms open wide, lift the gaze and the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together when they meet at the spine. Exhale, drawing the elbows together, chin to chest, round the back. Feel the shoulder blades spread wide. Inhale, opening up. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Exhale, close. Feel the shoulder blades wrap around the side of the ribs. Awareness in the shoulder as we take one more breath in. And one more breath out. Planting your hands on the mat in front of you, make your way up to all fours as we prepare for cat-cow. So check your shoulders are stacked above your wrists and your hips are stacked above your knees. Then take your awareness to your tailbone, the very base of your spine. Lifting the tailbone up to the ceiling, drop the belly low, then lift the chest and the gaze. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, draw the belly in tight to the spine, push into the hands, around the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, rounding down. One more breath in. And out. And coming back to your flat back, tabletop. Spread the fingers as wide as you can. And then start to draw some big circles with the shoulders around the wrists. You can go as fast or as slow as you like here. And you might like to change the direction, taking the circles the other way. Option to flip the hands onto the back so the fingers are pointing towards the knees. Remember with this variation, you can always walk the knees forward. The closer the knees are to the fingertips, the less pressure you should feel on the wrists. You can explore any movement you like here. Last couple of breaths. And sitting back on the heels, give the wrist a big shake out. Before finding your way back onto all fours. We'll take a few moments here to isolate the movement of the shoulder blades and find some protraction in the shoulders. So what I'd like you to do is again spread the fingers as wide as you can. Then push into the hands, round the upper back and hollow the chest. You really want to make this top part of the shoulders round up. It's like you're pushing that space in between the shoulders up towards the ceiling. Keep pushing down as hard as you can. Feel that engagement in all the tiny muscles surrounding your shoulder blades. Then keep the arms straight and the rest of the body as still as you can as you drop the chest down towards the ground. Feel the shoulder blades pinch together where they meet at the spine and squeeze them. Pause for a moment to feel this at the bottom and then take it back up to the top. So you can continue moving through this range of motion at your own pace. Taking it nice and slow so you can feel the engagement in the shoulders when you reach the top. And so you can squeeze the shoulder blades together when you reach the bottom. I'll show you from this angle as well. So from a flat neutral spine, pushing into the hands, rounding the back, the shoulder blades are spreading wide and wrapping around the rib cage towards the armpits. Then as I drop the chest down towards the ground, you see the shoulder blades squeeze together as they meet at the spine. So we're moving through this range of motion. Every time we hit the top, we're activating all those supporting muscles around the shoulder blades and rib cage. And next time you reach your rounded back, strong shoulders, pause here. And we'll step it back to plank. So same movement, same scapular push-ups, isolating the movement to the shoulder blades, but in plank position this time. Remember, you can take the knees down whenever you need. As we push into the hands, around the upper back, feel that engagement. Then slowly lower the chest towards the ground and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Let's take 3 more. Inhale as you push up. Exhale as you release down. Find that control. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Softening the knees, push into the hands, send the hips up and back for your first downward dog. You can take any movements you like here to start to warm up the body, maybe pedaling out through the feet. And taking some gentle twists. And releasing the neck. Last couple of breaths. And then starting to walk the feet forward, lots of tiny steps. Finding your ragdoll at the top of the mat. Soft knees. Hands catch elbows as you allow the upper body to hang heavy. Bringing it back to our deep belly breaths here. Every inhale fills the belly. Let it expand. Every exhale draws the belly back in towards the spine as the neck and the shoulders soften. Releasing the arms, slowly roll yourself up to standing. Awareness in the spine. Head arrives last. as we open the palms to the front of the room and close down the eyes. Taking a moment to ground ourselves here in our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Feeling the soles of our feet on the mat. Lift both kneecaps to engage the thighs. Squeeze the glutes. Lower ribs draw in. Shoulders soft. Crown of the head reaches up towards the ceiling. Fingers spread wide. Awareness on the breath. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Arms sweep open wide if you have the space. Otherwise, take the arms up in front of you. Palms meet above the head as we stretch tall. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, hinging from the hips. Remembering to bend the knees so we can take the belly all the way down to the thighs, and then pushing the face into the knees or the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, folding down, curling in. Inhale, halfway lift. Pausing here as we come into preparation for crow. So start by placing your hands shoulder width apart, just in front of your toes. Fingers spread as wide as you can. Then step the feet out wide so the toes touch the back of the wrists. Push down into the hands and find that same engagement in the upper back, in the shoulders. So push into the hands, round the upper back. Feel those shoulder blades spread wide. As you push down, also hollow the chest and wrap the armpits inwards towards one another. Nice, holding this engagement here. So option one is holding as you are. Hopefully you can already feel the shoulders working. Option two is to lift the heels up as high as you can and find this connection, knee to the very back of the upper arm, almost in the armpit. So try and find that connection on both sides. And then check you haven't lost the engagement in the shoulders. So we're still pushing down into the hands, rounding the upper back, hollowing the chest and wrapping the armpits in. So option two is holding here. Remember your belly breaths as you work. Option three is to start playing with the weight. So as you lean forward, slight bend in the elbows as the shoulders come forward over the fingertips, and you'll feel the knee start to stack on top of the upper arm, taking some of the weight from the legs into the hands. Then shift the weight back to the feet. So you can play here, shifting forwards and back. Keeping the shoulders strong. Core engaged. Last breath wherever you are. And coming back into our ragdoll. Soft knees, hands catch elbows. 3 deep belly breaths here. Planting the hands either side of the feet. Right foot steps back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the hands. Engage the shoulders. Step the left foot back into plank. From here, carefully take the knees down to the ground. Finding your diagonal line, knees, hips, shoulders, ears. Preparing to take some shoulder protractions here. Push into the hands, around the upper back as much as you can. Feel that engagement as the armpits are wrapping towards one another. Deep breath in. Then as you exhale, slowly lower the chest down towards the ground. Arms stay straight and we squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, push into the hands around the upper back. Exhale, lower the chest, arms stay straight, squeeze the shoulder blades together. One more round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, find your strong rounded shoulders and see if you can hold this engagement as we really slowly lower down to the mat. So keep this diagonal line all the way down, pausing somewhere on your journey to hold your hover for one breath. You can hold this as high or as low to the mat as you like, building your strength. We'll all meet down on our bellies. Inhale, cobra, chest lifts forwards and up, soft shoulders. Tucking the toes, push into the hands, send the hips up and back, downward dog. And your choice, whether you're ready to find stillness here or maybe still want to move. Your choice, listen into your body today. Spreading the fingers as wide as you can. Push down strongly into both hands. Last breath. Taking the gaze to the front of the mat. With control, step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the hands. Step forwards into fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Rise up, palms meet. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Stretch up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, hinging from the hips. Bending the knees to take belly to thighs, forehead to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, open the chest, draw the shoulder blades back. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Pausing here, coming into preparation for crow. Spreading the fingers as wide as you can, plant the hands on the mat, shoulder width apart. I'll show you from a different angle this time, so you can really see what's happening in the shoulders. And then stepping the feet out wide, so the toes touch the back of the wrists. Option one is holding here, pushing down into the hands, round the shoulders. Hollow the chest and wrap the armpits in towards one another. Keep that engagement strong in the shoulders as you breathe here. Option two, lifting up the heels as high as you can. See if you can find that connection, knee to the very top of the upper arm, almost in the armpit. Again, if you're holding here, remember to keep pushing down into the hands, rounding the upper back, hollowing the chest, and wrapping the armpits in. Third and final option, playing with shifting the weight forwards and back. Bringing the shoulders over the fingers, shifting the weight into the hands, and then shifting back into the feet. So you can play, taking it forwards and back at your own pace. Last couple of breaths wherever you are. And then releasing into your ragdoll. Soft knees, hands catch elbows as you hang. 3 deep breaths into the belly. Planting the hands either side of the feet. Left foot steps back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Reach up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back into plank. Gently place both knees down on the mat. And again, we're finding our diagonal line. Knees, hips, shoulders, ears. Preparing to take some more scapular push-ups. So start by protracting the shoulders, push into the hands around the upper back, hollow the chest. Feel that engagement across the upper back. Deep breath in. As you exhale, arms stay straight, drop the chest down between the arms and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, pushing up, round the upper back. Exhale, slowly lower and squeeze the shoulder blades together. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and hold. Keeping this engagement in the shoulders. As we lower down in our diagonal line, super slow. Again, it's your choice where you want to pause and hold your hover for 1 breath. It could be really high, middle, or low. And we'll all meet on the belly. Inhale, cobra, chest lifts forwards and up. Try to relax the shoulders. Exhale, downward dog. Again, your choice, stillness or movement. But whatever you choose, try and spread the fingers really wide and push the whole surface area of each hand down into the mat. And paying particular attention to push down into the knuckles. And lengthening through the sides of the body. Last breath. Taking the gaze between the hands, slowly step the left foot forwards. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, plant the hands, step forward into your fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise up, palms meet. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, stretch up. Exhale, Uttanasana, folding down. Fingertips in line with the tips of the toes as we push the hands and feet down into the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, gaze to the toes, long back of the neck. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back into plank. And so option to try some scapular push-ups in plank position now. Remember, you can always take the knees down and work in this diagonal line. But if you're in plank position or on the knees, it's exactly the same movement in the shoulders. So deep breath in, push into the hands around the upper back. As you exhale, slowly lower the chest down between the arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, round. Exhale, lower and squeeze. One more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale to come up, find your strong shoulders. And option one is lowering down just like we did before on the knees. Remember to go super slow and hold your hover for at least one breath. Only if you find coming down on the knees really easy to do slowly with control. Are you ready to try coming down in plank position? If you choose plank, push into the toes to send the shoulders forward over the fingertips. Then lower really slowly. We're going to hold our hover with the shoulders in line with the elbows, so right angles. Then choosing your back bend, inhale cobra, or flip the feet and lift the thighs for up dog. Exhale, downward dog. And spreading the fingers as wide as you can. Push the hands down strongly into the mat. From here, we'll start to tiptoe the feet forward, just a few tiny steps, until the shoulders stack above the wrists. So the distance between the hands and the feet will be different for everyone, as it depends on the openness in the back of the legs. So find your own position where the shoulders stack above wrists. Option one is holding here, engaging the shoulders. So push down into the hands, round the upper back, hollow the chest, and wrap the armpits in towards another. Really squeeze the arms together. Option two is to take some double heel lifts here. So keep the shoulders strong. As you breathe in, float the heels up as high as you can. It's almost like you're trying to lift the toes off the mat as you send the hips high. Then as you exhale, slowly lower the heels back down. Inhale, lift up. Push into the hands around the shoulders. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right. Exhale, lower. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Walking the feet back. Take both knees down to the ground and drop into your child's pose. Forehead to the mat. Arms reach out long in front of you. You might like to soften the gaze or close down the eyes as you take this time to find your breath. And taking one last deep breath into the belly here. And finding your way back up to downward dog. Taking the gaze between the hands, right foot steps forwards. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, step forwards into fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, stretch tall. Exhale, Uttanasana, folding down. Keeping the belly glued to the thighs, send the sit bones up to the sky. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold down. Left foot steps back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back to plank. Preparing to take our scapular push-ups once more. Remember, you can always take the knees down and work here. Same movement as before in the shoulders. Inhale, push into the hands, round the upper back. Hollow the chest, wrap the armpits in, feel the engagement. As you exhale, slowly lower the chest down between the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together. 3 more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come up and hold. Option 1, coming down on the knees, super slow. Remember to keep the shoulders strong and hold your hover for 1 breath before landing on your belly. Option 2, if you have that control already on the knees, try coming down in plank position. Shoulders stay strong as we push into the toes, sending them forward over the fingertips. As you lower, move slow, hold your hover with the shoulders in line with the elbows. Then inhale for cobra or flip the feet and lift the thighs for up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Again, spreading the fingers as wide as you can. Push down strongly into the palms of the hands. Then tiptoe the feet forward, just a few tiny steps, until the shoulders stack directly above the wrist. So again, this will look different for everyone. Find the position that's right for you. Then engage the shoulders by pushing into the hands, rounding the upper back, hollowing the chest and squeezing the arms towards one another. Option 1 is holding here, taking some deep belly breaths. Option 2, heel lifts with the breath. If you're taking this option, inhale, float the heels high. Keep pushing into the hands, squeezing the core. Exhale, slowly lower the heels down. 4 more with the breath. Inhale. Engage. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly walking the feet back to your downward dog. Take the knees down to the ground. Stretch the arms forward and take the forehead to the mat. Gaze soften or eyes close as you drop back down into breath. Taking one last deep belly breath here. Pushing into the hands, tucking the toes. Find your way back up to your downward dog. Taking the gaze between the hands, left foot steps forwards. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, step forwards into fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, stretch tall. Exhale, Uttanasana, folding down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Pausing here, bend the knees as much as you need to connect the whole surface area of each palm to the mat. Push into the hands, round the shoulders, hollow the chest, wrap the shoulder blades in. From here you can walk, step, or take a big jump back to plank. Push into the hands, keep the shoulders strong, squeeze the glutes. Preparing to draw some big circles with the shoulders around the wrists. Keep the body as still as you can and use the toes for the movement. So we'll take 3 big circles in one direction. Move slow. And then 3 the other way. Last breath. Taking the knees down to the ground. Send the hips back to the heels as you come into your child's pose. Option 1, keeping the arms stretched out in front of you. Option 2, bring the hands to prayer, bend the elbows and drop the thumbs onto the back of the head. Last breath. Slowly starting to make your way up onto all fours and taking the toes to the very back of the mat as we prepare for Anahata, heart opening pose. Awareness in the tailbone as you lift the tail up to the ceiling, drop the belly low, then walk the hands forward towards the front of the mat. Slowly start to melt the chest down towards the ground. You can either hold here, hovering in space, or if you feel comfortable to come all the way down, maybe the chin rests on the mat. If this feels like too much in your neck, tuck the chin and you can rest the forehead down. And taking deep breaths into the shoulders wherever you are. Last breath. Carefully sliding yourself forward onto your elbows as we come into Sphinx. And so check your elbows are stacked directly underneath the shoulders and tuck the elbows in nice and tight to the side of the ribs. Spread the fingers, push into the palms of the hands. Lift and open the chest. Shoulders soft. You might like to try tractioning your arms backwards on the mat as if you're trying to drag yourself forwards along the floor. Feel how that lengthens the belly, opens the chest. Last breath. Slowly releasing back down. Slide the hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Send the hips back to heels. And coming into our final child's pose. You can either take one of the previous two options, arms stretched out in front, or hands come to prayer, then the elbows, take the thumb to the back of the neck. Or maybe it would feel nice to take the arms towards the back of the mat and really let the shoulders relax down. Last breath. Keeping the chin tucked to the chest, slowly start to roll yourself up to kneeling. And then in your own time, we'll make our way down onto our backs. Knees in tight to the chest. You can either catch hold of the shins or wrap your arms all the way around for a big squeeze. And maybe you'd like to rock it out side to side. Option 1, holding here just as you are. Option 2, taking the legs up to the sky for a gentle inversion. This is a great place to practice your belly breath. Option 3, halasana, taking the hands underneath the hips for support as you lift them high. And then you can either bend the knees and rest them on the forehead or stretch the legs long and reach the toes for the ground behind you. If the toes don't reach the floor, that's okay. They can just hover in space as long as you keep your hands on your back for support. Whichever pose you've chosen today, I invite you to soften the gaze or close down the eyes, taking the awareness inwards as we drop back down into breath. And if you're in halasana, cloud pose, you can slowly start to release. I recommend keeping your hands under the hips for support and keeping their legs extending long behind you to act as a counterbalance. See how slow you can move as you release each individual vertebrae back down onto the mat, one by one. And in your own time, we'll all meet in a nice big full body stretch, fingertips to toes. It might feel good to release the wrists and the ankles here. And then taking the arms out wide at shoulder height. You can take them into a T if you have the space, otherwise bend the elbows, cactus arms. As you slide the hips all the way over to the left-hand side of the mat, squeeze the left knee into the chest and then slowly guide that knee over to the right. As always with our twist, try not to force. We're just letting that leg hang in space wherever it ends up before bringing the focus back to the breath. And with every breath out, encourage those tight areas of the body to soften. Any muscles holding on to tension to let go. Last breath. Easing back to center. And when you're ready for the other side, slide your hips all the way over to the right. Squeeze the right knee in tight to the chest, then slowly guide that leg over to the left. Again, no need to force the leg down. And just let it hang there as you breathe. Whole body becoming soft. Whole body becoming heavy. Last breath. Slowly easing back up to center. And final 30 seconds to take any final movements that your body needs from you today. And then get yourself cozy for your Shavasana, our final relaxation. So as we settle down onto our backs, take the feet out nice and wide and make sure there's space between the arms and the body. Palms face up so the shoulder blades can rest flat on the mat beneath you. And as the body becomes still, encourage the eyes to close down. And as we lie here, I'd like to invite you to take your awareness right up to the very top of your head. From here, in a moment, slowly start to scan down your body, noticing any sensations, feelings, or even emotions that come up in each part of your body as you scan through. Try not to pause to dwell or analyze what you find. Simply try and notice what's there, letting it go as you continue your scan down. So whenever you're ready, starting at the top of the head and slowly starting to travel down the body just to see what you find. And as you eventually reach the toes, you can choose to either take another body scan or to settle your awareness on the breath. And as you start to come back into the space around you, you might like to bring some small movements into your fingers or toes. Maybe it would feel good to take a stretch. And in your own time, keeping your eyes closed, and carefully make your way up to a comfortable seat. Hands come to prayer at heart center. And as we bow our heads, let's take these last few moments to acknowledge something that we're grateful for today. Namaste.